Good afternoon. How is everybody doing? Happy Sunday. We are here. I was supposed to be here with my better half, who's Mr. Abu, but he's not there. He took our son to his soccer game that I chose to miss today so I can talk to you guys. The game is going to last for 5 weeks, so if I have a chance I'll come here because we are committed to you guys as we are committed to our families. So if you're finding me for the first time, my name is Penny. I come here once a week with my husband on Sundays and we just chat. We are not professionals, we are not counselors, we are not therapists. We just come and talk about the things we've learned along the way. But we only do that when time permits, and when time does not permit, we don't come on. But like today, let me move this camera up a little so I'm not under the words. So like today, we decided he was going to go to the game so I can come and talk. So today we want to talk about speaking into existence the things that we want. If you allow me, I'm going to try as much as I can to use the most calm voice I can. And as I speak today, I want to reflect on the monks. You guys have heard of the monks? Okay. The monks, they practice a life that I greatly admire. There's a guy that I listen to. He has a podcast and he comes on a couple days a week on Apple. And he left the UK. Actually, he grew up in the UK. He came to America and he left to go to India to go and stay with these guys to learn their lifestyle. And what he learned, that these people take a lot of time in meditation and living a very simple life. Okay, if you go to Google and Google the monks and Google their lifestyle, they just live a simple life. So sometimes, okay, we go around looking, Millicent, how are you? We go around looking for all these things and we miss it all because we spend so much time looking for things to acquire, to have this, to do this. We kind of live on like a timeline where we are expected by society to deliver 1, 2, 3 things. And yes, it is okay to set goals, but at the same time, what are you looking for? So I'm going to go through some of the notes. I'm reading this book right now. I've delayed with it, but this is the current read that I have. But as we come in quietness, we need to come to our quiet time, come to your own mindset, like take a step from what you're doing and try to manifest your desires. Ask yourself, actually you can even close your eyes as I'm talking and ask yourself, what do you really want out of life? Do you know what you're looking for? In your quiet time, you can put calm music. I hope this music is not too loud. Ask yourself, what do you want? Write it down. For me, I'm a strong believer of a pen and a paper. I believe in writing. And not only do I believe in writing, I believe in having a nice pen. I spend a lot of money on pens, and I have been gifted this past birthday I was gifted a pen by my friend's daughter Ebony in the UK. She bought me a pen, fountain pen, and I have ink for a gift for my 50th birthday. And this is not a cheap pen, it's a good quality fountain pen. And when you use ink to write, you can't erase it. So you write in all consciousness. You write when you're present. You write in the moment. And some of the people who really know about pens, there are pens that are similar to fountain pens, like the Pilot, the brand. The ink is already inside. You don't need to use this ink. But for me, a fountain pen means I'm writing with consciousness. And I'm writing with self-awareness. I'm writing that I want this and that. I'm journaling it. I'm writing it down. I have a journal. And she gave me a journal too, a prayer journal, that now I'm writing as much as I can. Some days, like now, I've skipped 2-3 days, I've not written. Ebony gave me a journal. It has spiritual quotes in there. And she also gave me a book that says, create a life balance. Because sometimes we or I don't have a balance because we are busy doing so many things. And we miss the whole purpose of living in life. Be grateful. If you journal where you're coming from, you're likely to have more gratitude because you know where you've come from. A lot of us come from a different past, meaning you have to have hard challenges. So if you take your time and create your awareness, you're going to go to a better place. So be grateful. Don't limit yourself because your past is not good. Because sometimes we don't have a good past. Your yesterday might not be good. Your last year might have not been good. Your last night, you must have drunk yourself to death. Your last night, you must have drunk so much. Right now, you're nursing a hangover. You woke up, you're feeling sick, and you find me on your screen. Just as you're scrolling through, I pop up. And I'm popping up because I'm all pinked up, because I'm all, lightened up, so you can see me. Don't let your past limit you. Let your past go. Because the past can limit you. Because you're thinking of all the bad things that have happened to you. Change your negative energy into positive. Start feeling great. I think it was yesterday that I told you that I set a goal that I just need to make $100 a day. That's little money that I set my goals, but that's where my brain is telling me I should set my goal to $200 a day. But the reason why I set that, it's because I was doing so many things. And thanks to Ebony, who probably through the mother, saw that I needed work and balance. So now I'm trying to balance it. If I balance it, there are days I can make $1,000. I'm not going to stop that sale. But I had put that number there, that at least if I can do 100 a day, that will enable me to take care of my bills. Be ready to change. Nothing just happens. You have to let go and be a new person the next day. I have been in a situation where I have drunk alcohol, so I know what it means to be drunk. But the last time I drank and I was drunk, the next day the way I felt, I said, you know what, this is not for me. Because my day is wasted, I'm feeling terrible. I didn't see the point. Have that flexibility. Don't limit yourself and say, you know what, it's too late. Surround yourself with people that love you. Paris, good morning or good afternoon, sorry. Send me a message. Surround yourself with people that love you. This afternoon, I called my father's wife, my stepmother, or my half-mother, my father's wife, fourth wife. I called her to say hello to her because they had a get-together for my mom this past weekend. And I thought she did such an amazing job because we grew up in a family that was close, knit. I grew up with her. I lived with her. And I got a chance to give her a call. I've not called her for some time. And she was happy to pick my call. We had a great chat. And as we concluded the chat, she said something that was so important. She said, she calls me Nyamutumonene. Nyamutumonene means that one of a big head. When my mother had me, I had a big head and I ended up tearing my mom. So they left me behind and my mom was taken back to the hospital because she had a home delivery. And they named me Nyamutumonene. That's my son Dylan. Because when I had my son Dylan, he had such a big head. So she said to me that, you know what? Don't wait to feed us the way you did when your mother came here. Don't wait for people to die and then you're going to send money for people to eat. She said, Nyamutumonene, you guys did a great job of bringing your mother. My mother went to see her house for the first time. We put up a 5-bedroom house for my mom. She has never seen the house since we put it up in 2017, going to 2018. COVID came. And we had a small get-together for her. And you know what? In that minute, I had a flexible mind. What did she mean to say? She meant to say, don't wait when it's an occasion for you to send money to somebody that you know you can change their life by buying them lunch. She said, Nyamutumonene, if I die today, you will send money for the funeral, right? I said, yes, Mama. And she said to me that, you know what? Send the money now. Why do you want to send money to a dead person? As much as I've known that for a long time, coming from a woman who's 77 years old, it just touched my heart. Because she said, feed me now. Maybe I'll live longer. Then you don't have to give the money for the funeral because I'm active. She says, I'm active. I keep chicken. I'm active. I have my cow. She said, I am up and about. Nyamutumonene, send the fruits. Prolong my life. Don't wait. And I'm in agreement with her. And then I said, Mom, on a second thought, that is true. I said, Mama, you know, if you go, it might not be me who is going to bury you. It might not be your children who are going to go in their pockets to bury you. It might not be the people that loved you that bury you. Because when the people hear that so-and-so's mother passed away, in many cases it's strangers that bury your loved ones. Think about that. It's the strangers that come to help you to bury your loved ones. So she said, yes, that is true. You now send me money to eat. Let those strangers come. Then I said, Mama, yes, some people want to come to your funeral to make sure you're dead. Let the people that are not close to you bury you. And let the people that are close to you keep you alive. By surrounding yourself with love. She told me my mom was so happy to see my aunties and uncles she has not seen since 2017, 2018. You see good, you feel good. You feel good, you achieve more. And as much as I knew what she was telling me, the way she presented it, it is true. When you lose your mother, your father, most of the time you don't go into your checking account or your savings account to bury your loved ones. A community comes together. In each community in Kenya, I don't know about other countries, in Kenya the community comes together to bury the person that has died. The people who even on a normal day don't have money will give. But what about us who have the money? Meaning I have $100 to give my stepmom. That's $100 is like nothing here. What are you going to do with $100 when you have, like me, who has 4 children? $100 is like 10 shillings, 100 shillings. You just take it and you send Mama, let Mama eat. That's it. And then you're going to extend her life. But when a person dies in your local community, even people who did not want to give money, they give money to bury that person. So let the strangers bury your loved ones. You who is alive, I went through all that to tell you that human relationships are so important. Then I'm going to go to this book, The Power. So what this book does, I hope some of you are listening while your eyes are closed, because that's what you're supposed to do. Close your eyes and listen. Okay? The writer is saying, the writer of this book started with the book, The Secret. In the book, The Secret, she talked about what you give to the society. What you give to the universe is what you get from the universe. If you give energy that is negative, you're going to get energy that is negative. If you give positive, you give positive. People gravitate towards positive energy. People are going to look at my dress and ask me, where did you get that dress? Where did you get that earring? I recently came from Dubai. I cannot tell you how many people I have given reference who want to go to Dubai where I went. Something positive. It wasn't a funeral. It was a celebration. Her first book, What You Give is What You Get. Her second book is The Magic. The Magic talks about gratitude from the beginning of the book to the end of the book. How grateful are you? Like this, my stepmom, my dad's wife, we lived with her. We grew up in her house like we were with her with my father. Are you grateful to those people that helped you along the way? While we were talking, we spoke of my brother, my late brother, Professor, who was my father's first child. That my father's son changed the way for all of us. He's the one who discovered America. He was such a brilliant boy. His mother died when he was very young, and he grew with my stepmom and aunties. And he turned out to be very, very successful. He went to the University of Nairobi, highly educated, became very good friends with Moi, got into politics, and he stayed focused. I'm sad to tell you that he passed away. And she reminded me that Penina, Nyamutumonene, abana ba church yominto, nakibagendererete. Nyamutumonene, you one with the big head. Professor's children, how are they doing? Check on them, because I was telling her, I always look for my nieces. These children don't know what their father did to the Ongwenyi family. They were children, they didn't know. But this, my late brother, did everything. He set the way for us. And she reminded me that, you know what, gratitude, that is what the Magic talks about. The more grateful you are, the more peaceful you are with people, because people help you and you never go back to tell them thank you. And that's including your parents. Whether they gave you what you wanted or what you didn't want, your parents. The people that helped you when you could not change your diaper. So she talks about gratitude from one chapter to the end. She's really talking about being grateful. And then on this book, she's talking about power that you possess. What's in your hands. And you are not aware that you have the power. Okay? So I'm going to go to chapter 1. She has done a great summary. At the end of each chapter, she has the PowerPoints. Okay? So, on chapter 1, let's see. On the chapter 1, she's asking, what is the power? What is she talking about? After reading through, she puts the PowerPoint, and I'm going to read them for you. Okay? She says, love is not weak or soft. She says, love is positive, force of life. Love is the positive force of life. Love is the cause of everything positive and good. Everything you want to be or to do comes from love. The positive force of love can create anything good, increase the good things, and change anything negative in your life. Every day, in every moment, you make the choice whether to love and harness the positive force or not. every single day. The law of attraction is the law of love, and it is the law that is operating in your life. Whatever you give out in life is what you receive back in life. Give positivity, you will receive it back, positivity. Give negativity, you will receive back negativity. What you give, that is a secret, is what you get. Life doesn't happen to you. You receive everything in your life based on what you have given. And you know, that's where financial success comes in. You don't expect to wake up one day and find yourself rich unless you're born into money. An average person is not born into money. An average person puts in work. So whatever you put in, the work you're putting in, is what you're going to receive. If you're in a romantic relationship, if you give positive love, you're going to receive positive love. If you give negativity, you're going to give negativity. Some of you get married. I was just talking to my sister Margaret. Some of you get married, and 5 months, maybe a year into the marriage, you start cussing each other out. How do you curse the person that you love? Always remember, he gave you love, she gave you love. Keep it that way. Because if you start giving negativity, you're going to get negativity. Whether your thoughts and feelings are good or bad, they return automatically and precisely as an echo. So I know that is true. When I'm angry, it's easy to get everybody angry around me. Okay? People who have great lives think and talk about what they love more than what they don't love. Spend more time talking about the good things that you like in life. Like I just said, I love my fountain. In fact, I'm a selfish person. I love a lot of things. Because, you know, I believe I can only give what I have. So I give myself the positive energy so I can give it to other people. And that's including my husband and my children, the people that I live with. Talk about the good news of the day. Talk about what you love and bring what you love to you. If you love travel, travel. If you love to read, read. If you love to journal, journal. If you love gardening, garden. Whatever it is, bring it to you. You have unlimited ability to think and talk about what you love. And you have unlimited ability to bring everything good in your own life. You have unlimited. There is no limit to what you want. Whatever you want, you have unlimited ability. No, there is no limit. Love, because when you love, you're using the greatest power in the universe. They always say that love conquers everything. Love takes away the pain. Love covers. Love protects. Whatever you're giving. Okay, let's see the time before I look at the second one. Okay, 36. So we're going to do the feelings and then we'll stop there and continue. Let's do the feelings points. Okay, now, how you feel? The past few years since we introduced social media, I cannot tell you I have been bullied. I can't say that, because by the time I came to social media, or since I was young, I've always protected myself. It's very hard to, I don't see anyone who needs to bully me, because who are they? I don't give people that power anyway. But social media has costed people lives because of bullying. And when people are bullied, if they don't have that confidence from inside, it's destroyed and never to be gained back again. So when we talk about feelings, if you're feeling great, you're going to feel great. If you're feeling bad, you're going to feel bad. How you feel about yourself. Someone will come and tell me they don't like these earrings. This earring should have not had this hole here. If some of you have been following me for 2 years now, I had little hair. My hair didn't look as it looks now. It was brown. I was starting to lock my hair. I knew. I trusted the process of locking my hair. But the people that were viewing me on the other side were criticizing me. I don't know under what grounds that they thought that I shouldn't be coming on social media with the hair looking like that. And I kept asking myself, am I answerable to them? But my self-esteem was built long time ago when I was a young girl by my father. My late father made me believe that I was it and I was everything. And I still believe that. My father thought I was going to be this successful young girl. I was meant to be a doctor. He used to think that I'm going to be the head doctor of some kind of hospital because I was up and about. I was not afraid to speak my mind. So my father locked that for me. I never have to worry about people saying whatever they have to say. Nora, how are you? Joseph, how are you? Oh, Nora, I'm sorry to hear that. Nora, can we do a show together? Because for me, who I am, I've just explained. This bullying thing, I try to understand. It's not easy, but somebody who's experienced it can come and talk with me because I'm really interested. Because for me, it's like, who are you? Everybody is who are you, including the children. There's nobody who's pushing me through my feelings. But remember, this is me. Nora, I'm going to book a date for you. The reason why I went up and about to talk about that, it's because on this book, they are talking about feelings. How you feel is everything. If you feel insufficient, you feel sufficient. For me, I've always felt like I'm it. That's it. And I don't know anything else. Because you know what? I'm not answerable to anybody. I used to be answerable to my parents until I turned 18. Once I turned 18 is when I left my parents' house. I've never been back because I wanted to. Because at a young age, I went to boarding school. So I actually disconnected from my parents when I was like probably 10, 12. I went to boarding school in 6th grade. I've been independent my whole life. Nothing, nobody moves you. You can come into my space and my house is chaotic and I'm fine. Because I desensitized at a very young age. It is a negative and it's a positive thing. And I say that to talk about feelings. So, on the second chapter, they're talking about feelings is everything. You need to know the way you feel is everything. Okay? Everything in the universe is magnetic and everything has a magnetic frequency, including your thoughts and feelings. You start thinking, you can think until you start shaking. It's magnetic. You start thinking Penny doesn't like me. All of a sudden, I don't like you. I start thinking Nora does not like me. You can think until you're paralyzed in fear and you're not able to do anything. Whatever you feel, whether good or bad, determines your frequency. And you attract people, events and circumstances that are on the same frequency. You could be so terrified until you collapse. You could be so terrified until when you see certain people, you start shaking. You could be so terrified until you're in poverty. Change your frequency at any time by changing how you feel. And everything around you will change because you are your own new frequency. Get on a new frequency, which is the positive frequency. How you feel. Feel great, look great, think wealth, think fulfillment, think of anything and just try to bring it into existence. If something negative, and imagine me who already has a built-up confidence, I'm still reading these books to remind myself that, you know what, don't allow anyone to make you to feel a certain way. Or how I feel about my business. Now I'm unveiling my new business. Penny O Fashions is coming out in the next 1 week. I'm rebranding my business and I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like the CEO. There is nobody who's going to come and tell me otherwise. Right now I feel successful. I'm seeing the pieces I'm going to have in my shop. I plan to sell handbags. I like handbags. You see, I went and got this purple handbag. I'm planning to make beautiful bags, beautiful tops, beautiful things. I just think about it and I feel great. And then I want to put it into existence. Okay? If something happened, if something negative has happened in your life, you can change it. It is never too late because you can always change the way you feel. It is a feeling. There is nobody who's exception. Everything has happened to somebody. Don't let nobody lie to you that nothing ever happened to them. When I was growing up in the same house with my stepmother, when my brothers used to eat the drumsticks, which is the thigh in America, I have trauma. Like when I think about that, I can shed tears. And they used to give me the wing. You know, the wing is what I eat now. But when I was young, I wanted the drumsticks. I wanted the big meat, but they were giving the big meat to my brothers. Even just the thought of that makes me sick. I wish they could have rotated and give us the drumsticks every now and then and give these boys wings. Why were they giving these boys wings? Like, really? They were giving them the part of the chicken that had more meat. And they did that until we moved from that house. Trauma. And I used to like to eat. I never had enough food. If there's trauma that I have from my past, it's just going to bed hungry. I went to bed not happy. Not enough food. There was never enough food. I don't know why. Like, it's not because the food was finished, but food was cooked and we were served, and that's the end. And I would try to get seconds, and my mom would tell me, you eat too much. Or my stepmom would tell me, like, so what they are saying, if something negative, you see now I just went into my own emotion and I'm feeling some kind of way because I relive that moment again and I'm like, my God. So if something negative has happened to you and you cannot change it, it has already happened. It's never too late to let it go and change the way you feel about that. Now, I have so much money to buy chicken. I don't even eat chicken. I stopped. Now I'm eating crabs. Now I'm eating, I don't even care for meat. Now I'm growing vegetables. I'm eating the pumpkin. I'm eating what my mother was trying to give us and I didn't want. I'm eating yams. I'm eating cassava. I'm eating things that my mom was feeding us that were healthy. But I wanted cake. I don't even eat cake. I wanted sugar. I stopped drinking sugar. Do you see how life is? That's how you have to let go of that past. Many people put their feelings on automatic pilot. Their feelings are reactions of what happened to them. However, they don't realize that it is their feelings that are the cause of what has happened to them. It's not even, some things have already happened. How you react is everything. To change anything, whether it is circumstances of money, health, relationships, and any other subjects whatsoever, you have to change the way you feel about those things. How are you feeling about those things? Remember, don't start feeling that way. How do you feel about that? Let it go. Now, this one is the biggest for all of us. We suffer from this. Every time I catch myself, and because I did self-awareness, I always catch myself trying to blame other people for my suffering. I've done that. Blame, criticism, finding faults, and complaining are all forms of negativity. And all of them bring back nothing but strife. Oh, it's you are the reason I did this. I blame, you blame. And some people are stuck in blaming. It is so and so reason that I am where I am. We are stuck in blaming other people. Okay? They're telling you, throw out your vocabulary of words like terrible, horrible, disgusting, and awful. Use more words like fantastic, amazing, fabulous, brilliant, and wonderful. Last week, I was getting frustrated with my daughter. We were going back and forth. My daughter is 21. She's an adult. And I went into my feelings quick. When I went into my feelings, I used the words, "You guys make me so miserable sometimes." I used that word. And I was just feeling so frustrated. I went into full gear emotions. And I raised my voice. We went back and forth. But my older son, who's more quiet, was listening. He came, because me and my daughter are going back and forth. And he asked me, "Mom, what do you want me to make for dinner?" At the time, I didn't know he was doing an intervention. I said, make anything. In my moment, because I was getting so annoyed over a reaction that I did not want. And I was going in the shower, and then he said, "Okay, mother, I just don't want to cook something and then you yell at me." Threw in those words. These are 24-year-olds. Okay. So as I entered the shower, then he later said to me, he said, "Mom," I went downstairs to get something. He said, "Mom, you're frustrating yourself over things you don't have control over." And he said, "You cannot expect adults to do or say what you want them to say. You have to learn how to manage your emotions." And he said that, when you don't manage your emotions, we who are not in your situation end up getting your, should I call the wrath? Now you're going to take it out on me, or you take it out on Dad. He said that. I said, take it out? I was like, take it out on Dad? Yeah. I said, what do you mean take it out? Oh, meaning take it out. Now somebody's going to ask you something and you're going to say, you don't want to talk because you're in your emotion. My son had this conversation, and I'm being truthful and honest. And then the next day, I stopped to tell you this. After I finish taking a shower, that's my routine now because I have adult children. I take a shower and go to read my book. That is when I landed on this chapter of the feelings. And what Brandon said to me is the truth. Why am I getting in my emotions? I've had a long day. I've gone to work. Things are not going my way. Now I'm getting so frustrated and I'm letting myself get angry. I've had a long day. I've been up since 5. And he told me, "Mom, don't use those words." And guess what? This is what this book was saying. I believe this book because this is someone who has done research. So I'm learning to throw away those words. He said, don't use those words. Back in the day, our mothers used to tell us, "Kill me and finish me, throw me something." Like they used to say like big things. We are like, huh? So I'm catching myself telling the children how I'm so frustrated. And I'm saying, "Oh, you're going to bring blood pressure on me." I'm saying all these things carelessly, literally. Meaning, I shouldn't be saying those words as much as it's soothing to say that these children are stressing me. But he said, when you're dealing with adults, don't put your emotions to it, because you put your emotion and Cindy puts the emotion, Mom, it's just not good. And then this writer says, even if you just give 51% good thoughts and good feelings, you have tripled the scale of your life. So I learned, this was last week, that I need to get in touch with my emotions and be in control. And then finally, she says here, every day is an opportunity for a new life. Every day you stand at the tipping point of your life. And on any day, you can change the future through the way that you feel. Isn't that the truth? So I'm here working on myself and looking forward to be a better me. And there's a place where she said the words that we need to replace. We are going to think of love. We are going to think of gratitude. We are going to think of joy. We are going to think of passion. We are going to be excited about things. We are going to be enthusiastic. We are going to have hope that things are going to be better. And then we'll get satisfaction. And then she says, remove the words boredom, irritation, disappointment, worry, criticism, anger, hate, envy, guilt, despair, and fear. Those are the words that we need to remove from our lives. And with that said, I want to thank you so much for staying with me for exactly 1 hour and taking your time out of your busy schedules. We try not to take as much as time as, we end up doing, because you guys have things to do. So next week, I'm going to be in Minnesota for an entrepreneurship conference. If you're in Minnesota, grab your tickets. Let's go attend this conference. Lina, my friend, has written a book. It's called Leading with Cultural Humility. I'm using her bookmark. I told her I look at her every day. She's written a book that is so beautifully written. We are going to be in Minnesota next week on Friday. So if you're one of my friends, one of my fans, come, let us meet here. The tickets are going for $100 for the conference. Come see, because I'm unveiling my brand. PennyOFashions.com is my new name brand. And my page is going to change from Keeping Up with Penny O to PennyOFashions.com, because now I'm going full-time into African print apparel and accessories and different other things on my brand, because I'm thinking big. Remember that book we read, Think and Grow Rich? At 50, I want to dream. I have more time now. My children are older. I want to think really big. I'm thinking big until I'm scaring myself. Have you ever thought so big until you even imagine that you moved out of this house, you went and bought a 5-bedroom house? I am thinking so big. And you know what? I want to speak into existence in whatever I am going to get my mind to do. Because you know what? You just don't speak. You get up and you do the work. I'm loading these pieces online. These are chokers. And you guys are going to promote me. This is the business. This is the business. I'm selling earrings. I want to have my own brand of clothes. I'm going to take a class to make clothes. I'm just feeling so excited. And imagine, I'm 50 years old. So what about you who's watching me, who's 25, who's 30, who is 18? You're going to be a millionaire someday. At 50, I'm dreaming like I have big dreams. So don't let your dreams just die because you didn't make it. You can make it. Cheers and have a lovely week.